Let's get some weather now. Eddie, what are you up to this morning? Are they fireys I see?
Well, Sam, I've got one word for you, fireman. And two words that might ruin it for you, fully clothed. No, just kidding. We are having a day with Fire Rescue New South Wales. I know, send me emails, complain all you want. We are having a day this morning for a very good cause with Fire and Rescue New South Wales. Hello, boys. Any ladies? Oh, and a lady. Pardon me. It's going to be a lot of fun and very informative as well. And, of course, we're bringing you your weather. Darwin. Who's just coming off their shift here? Finish at 7 o'clock, so you can guarantee a crowd when they're still working. Gosh, we'll hear more about the lifestyle of a fiery today as well. Kind of like us, shift worker, but a lot harder probably.
Yeah, not
they
probably.
would argue that.
I can tell you, their shift work is a lot harder than ours.
When they have quiet time, they have quiet time, but when they've got to go, they're a lot busier than us. They've got to go. A bit busier than us.
When we have quiet time, we just sit around
and chat. Yeah.
Kind of like our on time, really.
Well,
I think our time is like their quiet time.
Really?
Anyhow, yes.
The firemen and the Parramatta fans, please send your email.
Hey, I love firemen.
Here's Eddie as the controversy rages in the studio.
Passing that comment on to the local fires who happen to come from Parramatta.
Oh, dear.
Sammy, I'm in the driver's seat here. I'm in the driver's seat here this morning, which, as you can imagine, being such a shy and retiring type, is a fairly new position for me. We are getting a full access tour of this truck and what the fire is here in New South Wales. They do such a good job, what they get up to. You'd be surprised, I think. It's beyond fires. But hang on. Just wanted to do that. All right, let's have a look at the weather and we'll have a chat to some fires. Before we go on, anyone here a Parramatta Eels supporter? Well, that's lucky. Okay, that's excellent. We clear that up early on. Tell us, Pete, firstly, open up the truck and show us what's inside, boys. This is every little kid's dream, to have a look inside a fire truck. What kind of work are you guys doing beyond fires?
Well, our core values are fire, rescue, hazmat, and of course the most important one is education.
I asked you guys what the most random thing you've been to before. They're little kids stuck in toy machines.
Yes, we've rescued possums out of trees, cats.
One bloke was
birds.
rescuing a cat overnight, a bird from a tree. Now,
Yeah,
that's an interesting one.
Yeah, get lots of birds.
Yeah,
Yes.
amazing. We are here today for a very good cause. The guys are doing a bike ride, a charity bike ride, which we're going to explain all about later on. Amazing work that you guys do, and heavy work too. How much does that weigh?
Ah, yeah.
Pick that up.
I don't think you'd be able to pick it up.
I can't actually pick that up. We're going to explain all this morning. So if your kids have ever wanted to see inside a fire truck or know more about a fiery, let us know.
Right.
All right, if you insist.
We'll look at it.
Thank you, Eddie. Interesting, they're all from Parramatta. They don't support Parramatta. Yes. Let's get some weather now. Eddie's just hanging out with firemen this morning.
Indeed, we are spending the morning with Fire and Rescue New South Wales, and although it is nice to be here with firemen, there is a serious side to it as well. We're learning about the kinds of work that they do, not just fires, but also hazmat. Now, Brett, tell us, what does hazmat stand for?
Hazmat stands for hazardous materials. So Fire Rescue New South Wales, we're the combat agency for hazardous materials.
So all of this stuff here can stop chemical spills, and you got some toys here. Explain, I say toys, but they're very serious. What do they do?
This is one of our gas detection devices. So if there's ever sort of a leak anywhere that's sort of endangering lives, then we can use this to monitor the atmosphere and work out what we need to do to make it safe.
What about this one in a case?
That's one of our newer, I'll call it a toy for everyone. It's a spectrometer, so basically it gives us the ability to analyse liquids and also powders to identify what they are, and then we can work out what we need to do to make it safe.
And this one?
That's our LCD. That's one of our detection devices that looks at particular agents that people might use to harm other people.
So this is what the UN, for example, took into Syria to look for chemical...
Yeah, it's the same
chemicals.
model.
Yeah, right. Lots of stuff in the truck here. Probably the most useful, though, when you're attending a hazardous sort of material-related incident would be one of these suits.
Yes, this is one of your great volunteers. This is a gas-tight suit when the zip's up, so that enables us to go into hazardous atmospheres and be able to do what we need to do, take our detectors in, work out what's going on, and then the ability to make it safe for everyone.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Brett, for explaining, and thank you very much, Wayne, for volunteering, of course. Volunteering
one ugly
to go into the suit.
Yeah.
Yes, he said he felt like a Teletubby, actually. Let's have a look.
First time a hazardous material has been in the suit.
Yeah, I know. Hazardous materials inside and out today. Let's have a look at the weather.
Yes, what you got for us now?
Well, Simon, one of the reasons we're here is because these fireys are doing a charity bike ride. Very first, where are all of you guys from? Quick, give us your station.
Guildford.
Yeah.
Wentworthville.
Yeah.
Kellyville.
Canberra.
Bankstown.
Wallara. Liverpool.
Chester Hill.
Chester Hill.
I imagine the difference between working in Wallara and Chester Hill on fire is you get to see some pretty amazing houses up there.
That's amazing. Yeah, great places.
Yeah. Anyway, aside from that, Scott, tell us where you're riding to and from and for how long?
Okay, so we start down in Wagga Wagga and we ride over 4 days back up to the burns unit at Westmead Kids Hospital. And yeah, we do it over 4 days, and throughout those 4 days we visit schools and local communities along the route, and we do fire safety and prevention as well as plenty of fundraising.
And what particularly are you raising money for?
We specifically donate to the burns unit at Westmead Children's Hospital, at the Children's Hospital at Westmead, sorry. And with our money, the burns unit is able to provide such things as anaesthetist fellows to help with the kids' pain management. Last year they refurbished a burns theatre, which we were very proud to say they named after the charity ride.
It's so lovely. The guys were just telling me that actually the burns unit here is the #2 fire station. It's an official fire station here at the hospital. No fire engines, but it's sort of an honorary title.
Yep.
Very nice to have that connection. And you guys actually donate some of your pay every week to the burns unit as well. I didn't know that.
Pretty much all firefighters with Fire and Rescue donate $1 each week out of their pay. Some do more. And yeah, it all adds up throughout the year as well as what we're able to donate, and yeah, it enables the burns unit to function.
We'll have all the details on the Sunrise website a little bit later on how you can support this. Let's have a look at the weather first. As Barrett's knows with charity bike rides and any charity initiative, it comes down to corporate sponsorship. So very quickly, Scott, give us your plug for all the people that have come forward and supported this ride.
Yeah, huge thank you to St George Bank. We've got the National Fire Industry Association are the two major sponsors, and our minor sponsors are Oz Education, E-Way and Hyco Fire System. So a huge thank you to their much needed support.
It makes such a difference, as you know, Koshy, when times are tough in the corporate environment, to have that support.
Absolutely, Eddie. A terrific thing that they're doing. And also a good reminder on days like this for you to wear your high heels.
Yeah, I know, I'm so short today. Oh, short every day, but so short today. Thank you, Scott.
Well done, fellas. Good work. Love it.
All right, let's get a weather update now. Eddie is talking to some firemen.
Now, we're spending the morning with Fire Rescue New South Wales learning about what they do, and education is a big part of their role. Scott, tell us, what are you replicating here?
We've got a kitchen fat fire at the moment, which will show you what not to do with water. So we'll get firefighter Dan Murphy to put some water on a kitchen fat fire now.
So this is what happens if you throw water on a fire, what you're not supposed to do at point, but what a lot of people do, and that's how they get burnt.
Absolutely. So a lot of people, and all we put on then was a cup of water, so a very small amount of water into what a lot of people still use is canola oil or cooking oil in chips and things like that. People will walk away, go to a phone call, toilet, TV. It will ignite, and then people think the best thing to do is throw water on it. That's a small amount of water, and that's what can happen. So obviously that'll go up onto your roof, your curtains, and if you're in front of it, all over you. So
we started this oil a little bit earlier to show you that, but not that much earlier, only about 5 minutes, which is what it takes for it to heat up to that point.
Very long, not very long at all. So it's a very dangerous situation. So what we recommend is if you do have a pot that ignites as such, if you are able to remove it and put it into a sink or put a lid on, please do. But if you're not confident, leave it, close the door to the room, get out of the house and call 000 immediately. And even if that is able to be put out, still call the fire brigade to ensure that they come out.
They'll come, it's free, they'll make sure it's safe. Very, very important message. Thank you very much for that, Scott. Let's have a look at the weather. What you should have in your house is one of these, a fire blanket. How much a fire blanket, Scott?
Anywhere from $10 to $15. They're very cheap.
$10 to $15, and that's what you should be putting on a fire like that. So if you don't have one in your house,
Where do you get them,
that's what
Eddie?
it looks
I
like.
don't have one.
That's a good
Where can you get them, Scott?
Any hardware, places like that, you can look it up online. They're available absolutely everywhere, and we recommend every single house has a fire blanket. They're cheap, really easy to use, and incredibly effective.
I'm the same
That's
as
a
you, Sam.
good
I don't have one in
idea.
my
No.
house. I'm going to go out there today and make sure I have one in my kitchen.
That's a great
Yeah.
tip. All right, Eddie,
Check your
thank
fire
you.
alarms before winter too, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, yes. When the changeover of daylight saving.
Check
So
it
check
out.
your batteries.